I'm just about to go in again, a bit more progress. Here we go. Ta-da! So the ceiling, the drywall stuff's up there. And I'll probably come back in a few days and do the whole jointing compound and tape over the, so it's tapered edge. You can see the taper, well, on the camera it's really obvious. By my eyes it isn't as obvious, but anyway. Electrics, we just sunk this consumer unit into the wall. It's screwed into the OSB on the back, and there's just a bit of plasterboard in there just as a spacer. I'm just tidying up the wires and kind of getting rid of some of the excess, because when I've kind of guesstimated where the cables are going to go, there's a lot of excess. And a good indication is over here in the two light switches. So you got feed coming from the consumer unit. Feed. Clearly that's way too much. Just need to decide we're putting switches here and here. It's just aesthetics. I might just put a couple of holes through there. And then there's the feed after the switch going back to a light, which is there, not there, there, which is there. And then there's one over there, which is just indicated on the floor. Just sort of scribble all over the floor to remember where everything is, stuff like this. So when the socket is going to go here, I know that it's 90 centimeters high and 55 centimeters away from them. That will just basically put me right in the middle of that space there. Same there, just scribble everything on the floor. Because of course, once the plasterboard goes up, you lose a lot of kind of insight into where everything is. And I suppose the last thing we will do before the plasterboard goes on is actually just take some photos of all the wiring, just because places where it hasn't been really obvious to lay cables where you'd want them. So it's not going to be obvious that these two cables here, if there was a switch there, it would indicate that there's cables going up and down, but there is no switch there. So that's the kind of thing I'm suggesting, that just make sure to get some more insulation, I think, and just pad this out a bit. I've been plugging the gaps, or stretching this, not stretching it, but expanding it to fill the gaps. Anyway, it's just a shed, right? It's not a house, it doesn't have to be perfect. But having said that, it's starting to look like a room, which is really cool. Pleased with this. So, sauna room has progressed. A few more, we've got about, I think there's about another 10 boards there to go up on the 3 walls now, around there. And then this one will be, so feature wall, I'm not really racing into that. All the plasterboard's got to be done first, and then the feature wood goes up against the plasterboard, and even insulation, I could do it from that side. I'm sure I've said it a million times. Right, I think, apart from just waggling the camera around to go, look, that's what we've got. I think that's probably it for now. The garden room is getting there, definitely getting there. Some OSB 11mm turned up today, and I'm actually really starting to think about putting it on these walls, purely just so I've got something to attach stuff to. And if we're going to do it, it almost seems like, well, why not fill up these gaps with insulation? So, you know, for the sake of whatever it is, like £28, so £56 for 2 bags of insulation, I could actually fill this, knowing that I'm never going to fill this space at all up here. It's crossed my mind a few times. I could actually just put a ceiling here, but then that precludes me from coming in here, using the workbench. Oh, which, I'm excited about this. Right, 6 of these, right? Imagine 6 of them. I like it flat, right? So this room is 4.2 meters. I'm going to go and get one of them, and it's 4.8 meters long, and put it along there. And I'm going to get another one of them and put it next to it, lying flat like that. Another 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6 of those. And what that will do, it will give me to about here roughly a workbench made of that. And then I'll put some like bridgey bits underneath it to pin it down, and I'm going to use that because it will give me, just for the cost of it, for 6 of these, it will give me a nice really solid wooden worktop. And I'll probably maybe glue the insides together as I put them up. But I'm just going to have 6 of them right the way along. Like, it's so simple. So I'm going to make a frame of 2x4s, and the top's going to be made from that as well. And the good thing is, I mean, it's hard, you know, it's wood, but equally it's got a bit of give in it. So I was going to make it out of concrete, something like this. So that OSB, that's 18mm OSB with a bit of 2x1 on it. Now imagine that flipped upside down, and you can fill up that gap there with concrete and make what you think is a hard surface. But I'm not sure why I'd do that. Apart from an experiment, I'd end up with a concrete worktop, which is going to look a bit concretey, and even if I get a nice finish on it, it's quite a hard sort of surface, so I'd be worried maybe about smacking stuff on it with a hammer. You know, it's a little bit, and I want to brace it with some metal. And do you know what? I'm just going to use the wood. It's a moment of that kind of like, you know, that's going to work really well, I think. So very simply, 4x2s, all laid down. That's my worktop. Right the way across. Probably down to there. Can't remember what I was doing in the corner. I've completely forgotten. But ultimately, it's going to be shelves right the way up. I'm going to use the whole space here of this wall. This end section, I'd like to think I've got at least half of it. So I've got a corner space here to work on. Would I want bench right the way down? Not sure. If I had a bench here, a bit like the cat, it would be, I'd end up my shelves would finish here and the worktop would go around the back. Not really sure that's a good use of the space, so why not use all of that for shelving, and then wherever the shelves come out to, approximately 600 again maybe, start worktop there, round. Oh, I'm actually now genuinely excited about putting down some 4x2s as a worktop. I paused then because I suddenly had a thought that my hand is freezing, and there is part of me that wants to put one of those cheap Chinese heaters around the back of this building with 2 outputs on it. And then what I can do is I can come out here and I can push a button. So if I come out here to work, like now when it's wherever it's middle of January, and it's bloody cold, because it is bloody cold, that's all insulated, which is lovely. So whatever we put in this space, it's going to retain the heat in here. Whatever I do here is going to do nothing apart from go up there and escape. So if I'm out here working, what might be quite nice is to have a Chinese diesel heater pumping out through like a 10cm aperture, some hot air. So I could come out here in theory and not die of hypothermia, because that's going to be insulated in that space. So you've got a chance of surviving there. It's really cold at the moment. So temperatures are plummeting at the moment, because look at that. It is incredibly clear. Right, and on that note, hi. I think I should call it a day there, I reckon. I've got a bit of tidying to do. I'll probably want to face this at some point and just put lots of insulation in it. And I've got a triangle like this up here, this triangle of wood here. I've got to go and make that. So the dimensions are written down here somewhere on a piece of wood. 88 by 124. That's the triangle, or that's a rectangle that I need to make. .88 centimetres by 124. That don't look right, does it? I don't know, right? I'm going to remeasure that. So what I need to do is go back on the outside over there, measure down there, measure across there, get a rectangle of wood like that, chop it in 2 like that, take one side, flip it over, put one there, one there. I've done it there, I need to do it down there. Now when I do that, at the moment it's just a bit of this breathable membrane down there. So what I figure is I'm going to go on the outside of the building, down the other end, cut through there, stick my head through and get some of this stuff and basically place it on this edge here. Now, remember I'm talking about down there. So I come through the triangle with my head and I put insulation along that far edge there. It's just a great way, because at the moment the only way of getting down there is I'd have to go up the ladder and then crawl through that roof space down there. And, you know, it's not a surprise, right? Right, you know, in fact, you can see the light coming through where it's only the breathable membrane down there. It's a small space, and I'm not nowhere near as agile as I used to be. Everything hurts at the moment. If it was daylight, I'd be suggesting that through there, you can see the breathable membrane through there. So I want to fill this in, so that's what I'm talking about, sticking my head through here, filling this up with insulation, and then almost like backtracking, put a bit more of the breathable membrane on here just to face it off, then put an OSB triangle over it. That's what I'm going to try and do, but you know, I've got to go, it's so bloody cold. My hands are a bit out here, just because it's so pale. Oh my God. It's stopping working. Right, enough is enough. Do I do the sky thing? Oh, it is clear. It's bloody lovely. He's waiting for me. He wants food or something. Look at that. Oh. See ya. Well, the good news is the MOT base layer's turned up. The bad news is it's a 16-ton lorry. Probably because I ordered 10 ton of stone. So, it's quite a good truck though. Quite like it. I've had a look around it already. I don't know if I should help him or just stay out of his way, to be honest. I think maybe stay out of the way. Oh dear. Alright, I'm not going to stand here with the phone and point at him. That's a bit unfair, but let's see what he does. Well, he made easy work of that. Pretty much did about 4-point turn, 5-point turn, just to spin that lorry around here. Yay! I'm worried. I'm worried about how much 10 tons is, because I don't think this is going to be enough. It doesn't look like it's going to be enough. I mean, I can spread it around. Yeah, I'm going to need another load. Cool. I don't know if that was loud on the camera, but just pooped my pants. That whacked it. Bloody marvellous. Right, there we go. Got a bit of sub-base to spread around here, but already I think, I don't know, I need more. I need another 10 tons. Right, here we go. Let's go and have a chat. Right, here's a quick update. So first thing is 60-mile-an-hour winds out here today. It's kicking off. It's sort of peaking now. So luckily, the wind is coming over the top of the cliff here at the back of the house. It's coming this way from the southwest. So it's a southwesterly wind, which is our prevailing wind, and it's headed that way. So these trees are taking a battering, and I do expect that some trees are going to come down because the ground's been quite waterlogged in the last few days. We went out to Swansea today, and some of the roads were closed, and I think it's for that very reason, that waterlogged ground, high winds, trees have just plopped over, so roads have been shut. Why am I saying that? Don't know. It's all kicking off out there, so I'm in here. This is the sauna room, just where we are at the moment. So there's a heater in here, 3 kilowatt thing's been on for about 3 hours. It's just trying to dry out the drywally jointing compound. That still looks a bit off colour to my eyes. There's definitely a patch over there that's a bit wet. So, and this is a really messy job, so I want this to be completely dry. Yeah, there's definitely still wet there. It feels very humid in here, so the whole room is now insulated, apart from that big hole there. And in many respects, I think that might be working against us, because this feeling of humidity in here, any moisture coming out of this is stuck in this room. So I'm kind of reaching the point where I need to open up my temporary door. This is currently on the outside. It's a bit of this breathable membrane to stop the insulation, which is next, and falling through it. And then that's just a plywood thing cut out the same size as the door, and the ladder keeps it in place. So all I've got to do is take out plywood, take out the insulation. We've got a delivery. Slice with the breathable membrane, and now that's going to let air come into here. But at the moment, I mean, it's just, there's so much water in the air. I just think I'm going backwards. But for now, we're just keeping heat in here to sort of maybe keep the moisture from being in this stuff. You know, get it out of the jointing compound, almost into the air, and in the hope that it slowly starts disappearing. Oh, I've got delivery. Do I want to do it? I don't really. I'll just hide here. Oh, I better see. Right, where was I? Shut that. That's the bin building up, cardboard building up, waiting to be recycled in the woods with my flamethrower. Right, where was I? Yeah, so this is just drying out. I think that's all I was saying here. Plus it's insulated, plus there's a lot of moisture trying to get out of here. Right, as soon as this is done, we've got to sand it, which is going to be horrendous. All of this here is going to go inside my lungs. And then of course, so we've got the ceiling, and then we've got the 3 walls to do. This last one is the feature wall, going to be made of wood. So on this one, sand it all down, sand it. This one gets, in fact, the whole lot was going to get a diluted coat of white matte, the usual builder's trade stuff, just as like a base coat. And then the ceiling will get, hopefully there's some few marks on it, but hopefully it'll just get a single coat of proper white, just to give us a very bland ceiling. And the other thing I've got to do, there's some things in the floor here. I've just got to punch a hole through there, find the cable for the electric, pull it down, and the same there, punch a hole through, find the cable, pull it down, and then my light socket's ready for the next bit of electrics that we need to do. Right, so let's sand the walls, let's paint that up there, let's paint all this, let's give that a proper coat, and then we're ready to put some colour on this wall. Then that's those walls done. The only thing we need to come back and do in theory is put carpet tiles down, which are on order. Once the carpet tiles are down, we'll just put a bit of skirting along the bottom just to edge it. In fact, I'm pointing around here, I'm not really sure, but definitely skirting around here just to finish it off. Right, what does that leave us with? A door to make, but that's another thing. Got 2 doors to make and we're not sure what to do yet. We've got a few ideas about, the door's currently hinged there, opening inwards. So when you walk into the building, your right hand is going onto this door, pushing it and opening this way. So your path walking in is very smooth into the building with the light switches there. That's the theory. We've got an idea at the moment to actually hinge that door on the outside, and then on the outside we've got all these wooden slats. We've just been out today to go and pick them up, and they're 8 foot long, and they are like pallet wood, which is about that wide, and they're 8 foot. And the idea was we put one, and then we put this. I draw it like this. We put one there, and then we leave a gap and put one over it, and then we put another one across the 2. So we put a wide one, and a narrow one there on the outside, and that will be proper creosoted. I think, I'm not sure. I've got loads and loads of, so we've got a big sanding machine, which is here. This is massive, this thing. Don't look at it, but that is really heavy. That has got loads and loads of sanding things there somewhere. Don't know where they are. Sanding belts, really coarse ones, all kinds of different stuff. But it's a bit of it's a machine. It's a beast of a machine. So the idea is we'll get the pallet wood in here probably, if we're not allowed to go outside and play, and then we'll actually just start processing it and see how the wood, what it looks like, before we clean it up, and then we start putting it on the building. Now, if we go like this, slat, and then slats over the top as well to cover up the joins, it's just for effect, right? What we can do here on the outside of the building is just put a slat there, and now we're actually on the door at this point. So we can basically put, slat, right the way along it, right the way up, that high. So not door height, right the way up. And now from the outside then, what that means is you'll just see slat, and that'll be effectively hidden. Apart from, we'll probably put some sort of handle on it, probably just a push-pull handle, and maybe like one of those rollerball joints on it, and not a latch, just a rollerball. So we'll make it tight enough it locks in place hard, because I don't want the wind just obviously blowing it open. So that's the idea, is to hide that whole door from the other side. Is just blend it into all those slats moving straight across. So when you actually open the door outwards, you're actually moving a door that big on the outside. Doesn't make any sense? Whatever we do there, we will probably duplicate and do there. That's obviously my temporary door. That door aperture is exactly the size as that door aperture. That bit of wood fits in there, so that's our base for a door. There's another base for a door over there behind that insulation. Right, where am I? This wall, insulated. So breathable membrane, and it's really to stop the insulation from falling out. So there you go, like that. So it's just hanging there, that's all. That means we've now been able to come along and insulate from here round to there. And my intention is to try and go around here if I can. But for now, I've just put 2 sheets of OSB up there. These are 1.2 meters, or 4 foot and 4 foot, which makes 8 foot, or 2.4 meters to there. Behind that, I'm pointing. Now this is actually 2.4 meters. So my plan is, and that's my temporary workbench, and I need to clearly put insulation in here and then OSB on it. So it makes sense to me to try and clear this stuff off of it, move my temporary workbench here, directly in line with this thing, and then we can go ahead and put insulation in here and an OSB over the top of it. That's what I'm trying to do now. So I'm just trying to make it fit. This is about 2.4 meters. This from here to there. Actually, no. Okay, just actually answer my own question here. I was going to say to here is 2.7 meters. That's kind of irrelevant because I need to go to there. Okay, I've just worked out my own plans here. I need to go and get that sheet of OSB there. And I need to put it on there to extend my 2.4 meters up to the edge of that piece. I need to extend it right to here. Then I can take my workbench and move it all around here up to this point. That'll leave me about 30 centimeters on the back end there. So this desk thing will be this way, and it'll give me a bit of space to get in here, put some insulation in and start putting the OSB along to there. Once I get it to there, I'm pretty happy. This is all the wood that's been prepped for the feature wall that's going on the other side of this wall. I would really like to move it, but we can't move it until we finish making a mess in here. So we've got to wait till this dries, then we sand it all, made a mess, fling paint everywhere, made a mess. So at that point there, then we're ready to have this kind of clean space in here. Plus it's insulated by that point, so that wood that we've prepped can come in here, and it won't be too bad. We can move it around here without much hassle because most of the work in here will be done. Once that's out the way, I carry on going along here. Now my problem is I need an extra day between Saturday and Sunday, so if anybody's got one, please send it to me because I really do need it. Right, that's your update. It's say 60-mile-an-hour winds out there at the moment. It's bloody horrible, and I've got work tomorrow. I've got my day job to do, so I've run out of time. I'm going to get busy now, trying to, as you've just seen, put a bit of OSB up there, try and progress this a little bit. I could probably actually afford to put a bit on there as well. And there. Yeah, okay, one at a time. This bit's really important because it'll let me move all that clobber, which will let me progress down there on that run. But yeah, I'll have to come back and measure this, cut this, all that malarkey. The thing is that the OSB is actually just around the corner. It's in the crime scene. It's just round in there. But as soon as you bring it out here, because it's obviously a sheet 8 foot by 4 foot, if you bring it out there, it's off. It's gone. Oh, it's gone dark out here. Oh boy. Right, end of days and all that, look. Right. Okay, look, there you go. Look at the sky. Look at the beautiful sky. Nater taters. Might be high. Cup of tea time. So last night was the big storm. I was going to go and have a look because I have a suspicion that the crime scene didn't fare too well. And the wood, it's just the wood we got for over the weekend. No, it's not. What am I talking about? That's the wood we already had. This is another set of wood, which is a bit thicker. So I'm going to process all of this stuff. It's 8 foot, and that's the same stuff but narrower. And what we're going to do is we're going to go process it, sand it, clean it up a bit, and then put it all over that thing to make it look lovely and all of that. I'm just about to jump on a quad bike and go and see what damage there is. Oh, Gareth's down there in this field. I need to speak to him and try and get him to fix my generator. Oh dear. Okay. Oh, look at the trailer's done a little wheelie. Oh, yeah. Oh. Okay, so we had a discussion. No, just leave it. I'll be fine. Yeah. What could go wrong? Okay. Right, I'll have to fix this before I do anything else then, I guess. The southwest is that way, over the top. And I don't think anything came down, which is good. I do need to go up into the woods in a bit. There's a couple of trees that I know were hung up. I think on our side, I think we're okay. I need to make sure that there's nothing blocking this lane, and there is good potential for 2 trees down there to have come down that were very, very dodgy. The other side of the valley over there, I can't quite see. In fact, I can quite see. There's a bit of a hole on the other side of the valley now. That's because something came down. I guess. So we saw, you know, incredible, pretty colours coming from over there on the other side. I think big trees taking down some smaller ones, and all the power cables are down. Were down till about 1 o'clock. God, it looks so different. Last night this was absolute chaos. There was purple sparky things coming from down there. I don't know what it was. I'm not going to grab Gareth, but he's checking out his land as well. Little walk round. This is how you do it. Trying to clear all the dust out of here, which was horrendous. It was blocking up that thing in seconds. What a pain in the bum. So, one of these, Makita battery on it, fan, cut a hole through the breathable membrane. Okay. Now all you've got to do is get this, point it at the floor, point it at the ceiling, because everything is covered in dust. It all goes airborne. It's going to go out there. So let's look, and you won't see much. Oh, not a lot happening, is there? Okay. Let's put the phone down. Up there. Not going to do it again. It's a bit better, isn't it? There we go. Still going, but a bit dusty in there. Is this smarter or is this lazier? Is there much difference? I need to let it settle. So, anyway, hopefully none of it's going to come out here. It's all going to go that way. Oh, lovely. I'll just let it settle down now. There you go. Lazy boy. There we go. This is just diluted matte base stuff. Just wrapped it on. So that's just a very base layer just to seal it up really. And then we're going to put a nice thick coat up there. If it dries in the next couple of hours, so let's leave that thing on. Put some insulation across the door and see what happens. As soon as it's dry, that can be painted white. And then I think that can be painted green. And then we move all this wood in, it's there somewhere. I know what I'm pointing at, over there. That will let me continue in this space in here. Continue my OSB. Right, there we go. Obviously got to do it along there, that's why I need that lock on. Let's get in there. What do you think? And then we've got to insulate that probably, and then I've got to put some membrane across here, just to stop the wind from rushing up there. Look at this, it's going to be a nice cold clear sky. We only finished work about half an hour ago, I suppose. Do a quick blast out here. And that's it, done for. I'm going to go and fall over because I'm absolutely knackered. Work. Grr. Later, taters. Oh, it's so cold. Why is it so cold tonight? Right, there we go. First time the lights have been on. Ta-da! Yay! Right, today is Tuesday. Sauna turns up. In fact, no, tomorrow is skirting board. So that piece, then that piece. And I can do that whenever, no matter. And we'll open the door up late tomorrow then, I suppose. Clear out this stuff. Skirting board's on, and then that's it. Sauna can come in. Hey, we have a room. We have a floor, walls, and everything. Got lights. Look, isn't it posh? You got lights that actually work instead of. Yeah, they couldn't turn them off. Yeah, okay. Live and learn. Right, sauna room. There we go. Right, can I go indoors now? Because it's freezing. Oh, it's so cold. Right, I need to get cracking at this as well. From the weekend, finish off this, close up that hole. I've got to build some framework there for the light switch on that side, and I've got to go in there and put a light switch in there. A double socket, and then all the lights in here. Look, lovely. But I don't mind doing this bit. This is why having exposed wiring works really well. 2 lights. Look, it's written on these because I'm bloody sensible. So lots of lights here. I've got 2 lights. I've got 2 4-foot batten lights to go in here. You've got a nice orange glow in there. This room's going to be like bloody lighthouse. Bloody lighthouse. Isn't it? Right, it is freezing. Let's go indoors. Say bye-bye.